Iba talaga kapag...
When you are there na.
Yeah, and then
Standing.
when I was talking, talagang literally nanginginig ako. And then I cried.
This episode is in partnership with Cacao Maranao, a social enterprise supporting local Maranao farmers, turning homegrown cacao into rich and meaningful chocolate bars. Check out their page and support local.
I am Attorney Haron, and with me is...
Attorney Hanan.
And welcome back to
The Lost Podcast.
It's Monday again, and you know what that means. Another episode and another inspiring law journey.
Everyone, we hope you are all doing alright.
We are excited to have you with us for this episode as we dive into the world of law,
life, and everything in between.
So whether you're commuting or studying or just taking a breather, we're glad that you are tuning in
Because it's time to get lost.
Hi, Attorney Hanan. This is our 31st episode so far sa
So meaning, apat na lang, tapos na.
ang season
Season na to.
Kala ko ang TLP. Huwag naman sana, no?
Season lang.
ang season 4 natin, 'di ba? That's
So
31
far, bigatin yung mga,
na-invite natin.
yes,
no?
kagaya ng guest natin today.
And attorney, aside from bigatin yung mga host natin, for me, that's 31 episodes na pwedeng pakinggan ng mga listeners natin. And I hope
Stories.
na-inspire sila na mag-pursue ng law school or finish the law school
And fight
or
for
take the bar examinations.
Alright, Attorney Haron, for this Monday, we've got an amazing guest, lawyer for our listeners. Attorney Haron, ipakilala mo na siya.
Alright. So our guest lawyer for this Monday obtained her Juris Doctor from Mindanao State University College of Law in Iligan Campus, and she passed the 2016 bar exam. So everyone, here with us is Attorney Norosana Alawia Sani. Please say hi to our listeners, Attorney. Hello po.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good night, or good evening to all the listeners wherever you are in the country or even outside the country. Salamat sa Lost Podcast for having me. And hopefully, may mapulot kayo dito at the end of the
This
session.
episode.
Yes, this episode.
And thank you, Attorney, then for accepting our invitation and for being willing to share your experience, your law journey for this episode, for this Monday. Attorney Hanan, what's our first question for our guest lawyer?
Pinakamahirap na question.
Ano kaya?
Gano'n ka ka-fan ng SB19? Joke lang. First question ko lagi sa episodes is, ano yung pre-law program mo?
Oh, okay. I finished up BS Accountancy in the Mindanao State University main campus. And then I took up the CPA board exams that same year. So, yeah. Isa po akong certified public accountant.
What year po ito, Attorney?
The year was 2006.
Ooh,
Yes.
So, Attorney, what made you decide to pursue this program in the first place?
Actually, there's a funny story to it. I finished up my high school sa isang science high school here in MSU din. And yeah, I said. And before, it's STC SHS. Oo. So, syempre, prior to taking up the SASE, di ba magle-list ka ng top 3 preferred score? Since I was, syempre, it's a science curriculum. So, all of my preparations, all of my wants sa college are science-related. So, number 1 ko was electrical engineer. Di ba? Number 2 was biology. And then, number 3 was chemistry. So, talagang... Because nga yung environment namin was science. So talagang tendency mo, you would, be exposed to too much science. So parang sabi ko, these are the courses that I know that I would do good at. And then, prior to that, yung tita ko, si Tita Doc Lamping, she is a doctor. So parang she was my roommate during the time na nagta-take up siya ng medicine. So parang sabi ko, parang gusto ko din mag-medicine. Yeah, so talagang science or math yung aking direction. And then, I was filling it up. And then, my father, Pakasor Ganuala, he was really hands-on with us. So, siya yung nag-enroll sa amin. And then, gulat ako. And then, pinalitan niya yung choices ko. He put up BS Accountancy.
Cute.
I was mad, but I wasn't surprised because our family, Alauya siblings, they're either CPA lawyers or lawyers. So, parang default course na sa family namin. But at that time, I was siguro 15, parang teenager ako. So, my perspective was really, parang limited pa. And at that time, I think that those courses are what would, help me the most based on my background nga as a graduate from a science high school. So, yun yung initial na reason kaya napunta ako ng BS Accountancy.
So, meaning, yung pagpasok mo sa BS Accountancy, may projection na after accountancy program, diretso ka na sa law school.
Yeah, typical of a Maranao family, right? And parang I didn't have much choice because, yun na nga, parang yung path talaga na namin, na family is CPA, lawyer. In fact, sa kanilang magkakapatid, yung papa ko and all his siblings, lahat either lawyer or CPA lawyer. Si Tita Slam lang yung bunso, yung doctor. So, I went on with it because I've always been a parang diligent and obedient daughter. So sabi ko, okay, if this is what my father thinks would be best for me, I would do it. And then, syempre, accountancy is very technical. So it's like, hindi siya mathematics, it's more an analysis. So when I took up accountancy, I grew up to liking it because I love reading nung high school I love reading novels na mystery, yung mga suspense or like yung mga thriller, legal thriller, John Grisham novels. Parang they tend to solve mga cases, ganyan. So yun, parang na-incline din ako in the long run. Sabi ko, okay, I could use my interest in parang investigative areas to, kasi pag nag-worksheet ka, there are a lot of numbers. You have to analyze which, is it gonna be debit or credit? And then, the most fulfilling part of it is the solving it, making the trial balance.
Parang
Na-balance mo siya. So, influences also with TV series ng mga CSI.
Okay.
Oo, yung mga ganon. Yung mga Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yung mga ganong area. So, parang growing up, parang interested ako talaga sa ganon. So, parang sabi ko, okay, because I'm interested with that, maybe I could relate it to accountancy somehow.
Attorney, gusto kong balikan yung sinabi mo kanina na you loved reading books, novels, no? For our listeners na aspiring to pursue law school and or accountancy program, do you think reading is a good habit for them to improve, to have as early as now?
Yeah, of course, no. Reading is something that would take you to places, diba? Your parents, they could guide you, your books in your school could guide you, but reading would introduce you to some topics and some discussions or stories that you wouldn't have experienced, diba? So,
or imagined.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, nowadays kasi, everything
busy
is automatic with the gadgets and all. So, parang nawawala na minsan yung essence of reading because you have to be patient when you read.
Of course.
With today's generation kasi, there's TikTok. You could finish up the entire story in 10 seconds or 15 seconds. With reading, you have to have like several chapters before you go to the end. So, I think in that sense, I'm glad to have grown in an era na wala pa masyadong gadgets.
Right.
Because I was able to be bored. Bored.
May time kang maging bored.
Yeah, and then you don't have any other choice but to find something to spend your time with. So, ganon yung nangyari sa amin. At yung grupo namin sa high school, there was this, I don't know, parang rental ng mga books. Somewhere dyan sa may terminal. So before going home, pupunta kami doon to select novels, and then we would exchange novels din, and then I have a friend na marami ding books, so nagbaborrow kami ng mga books. So that was it, no? That was our leisure, reading, and if we're not studying, we're reading. We didn't have cell phones or gadgets.
Ikaw Attorney Hanan, na nagbabasa ka ba during your high school or undergrad?
Attorney Hara, di ba aware ka naman sa dami ng libro sa kwarto ko kasi sinisend ko siya, sabi ko babasahin ko siya para medyo maambag ko sa mga episodes na hanggang ngayon hindi ko natatapos. Pero I can attest sa interest ni attorney sa pagbabasa. Kasi may sometimes magsa-story siya, siniscreenshot ko yung story niya ng mga books, lalo na about stock market or like business. Kasi sabi ko, basahin ko din to. Hanggang screenshot ko lang.
Yun na nga because I'm also currently teaching at the College of Law. And then I would tell my students na, you could easily finish up your book in a week. Because, diba, when you read a novel, it's like 300 pages.
Totoo.
Diba? So, parang siguro a minimum a day, 50 to 100 pages, you could easily, diba, do that.
Easily?
Yeah, sometimes I read a book in a day. Because when you're so engrossed in a story, you wouldn't want to like put it off and do it again in another day. But yun na nga sabi ko, kailangan lang sanayin mo yung sarili mo ng habit na magbabasa ka. With law books, it's di ba there are books na 300 pages, one semester yun. Kunyari, obligations and contracts. You can finish that up in a week. Kung iisipin mo, like if you read it 50 pages a day. So, yun na nga yung sabi ko sa mga students ko na parang huwag kayong matakot na ang haba, ang kapal. Because hindi mo naman tatapusin yan ng isang setting eh. You're given 5 months to finish up a book. And if you're gonna be kung marunong lang kayo mag-segment ng mga tasks ninyo, like daily task, weekly task, monthly task, then you have a goal, that's achievable. Oo.
And I'm sure some of the listeners might say na, iba kasi yung novel sa law books eh. Pero ako kasi, there are times na you're so invested na sa pagbabasa ng law books and you be in the zone. Diba? So there are moments na na-experience ko yun and it helps you talaga to finish a book, law book ha.
Yeah, true.
Nakatulong din ba siya, attorney, sa'yo sa pagbabasa ng mga full text ng cases?
Yeah, definitely. Because ngayon,
Do you read full text ba, attorney?
I have to because I'm in private litigation. So,
okay.
When you are in private litigation, hindi pwede yung case digest lang.
Pero back in law school,
I winged it. It means that, di ba sabi nila, a law school is a jealous mistress.
Right.
Yeah, and during that time, talagang ang dami kong engagements. And looking back na sabi ko, I didn't know that I was capable of having so much energy at that time. Kaya nga sabi ko sa mga students ko ngayon na, you're young. Actually, it's you that's just limiting yourself eh. Kasi kaya mo naman talaga. Kasi ako nga ngayon, I'm in my 40. I'm 40 years old now. So, sabi ko nung mga 20s ako or early 30s ko, nakakaya kong gawin yun. Parang hindi ko ma-imagine ngayon na kinaya ko pala. Because before, at that age, I had so much energy na parang feeling ko kaya ko lahat. Of course, no, I was working. Faculty ako ng accountancy department. Full load ako doon. Nag-law school ako na hindi ako nag-full units. And then, hindi ako, I'm not the student na parang model student. I'm not. Okay. Kasi, lagi akong absent. But I had a strategy on how to pass my subject. Kaya nga sabi ko, strategize ko yung paglo-law school ko na parang siningit ko siya. My family was small. I had like babies, no? During the law. In fact, buntis ako, nag-enroll ako ng law school. And then, naisipan ko pa magnegosyo with my husband.
So, ang daming ganap.
Ang dami kong... siguro looking back, ngayon kasi iba na yung perspective ko sa buhay. Parang, I have na the ability to say no to some work. So, pinipilian ko na lang. But before talaga, pag pinresent mo sa akin yan, I will do it. Like, if there's an opportunity na, like, for example, mag-earn ba ako dyan? Or may opportunity ba ganito, ganyan? I would really grab it. Kasi I don't, parang feeling ko kaya ko siya. And, like, I could sleep 4 hours and I'm gonna be okay. But then, yun na nga, parang, ngayon hindi ko na yan kaya. Hindi ko na yan kaya.
At hindi na kailangan.
Oh.
Magkaiba yun.
Hindi na kailangan, di ba? Attorney, gusto kong bumalik dun sa undergrad program mo, no? After you finished your accountancy program, you took the CPA board exam or the CEPALE on the same year, no? And then, pumasa po kayo.
Yeah. Pumasa ako October. I graduated around April. And then, I took the board exam. And then, sa CPA kasi, within 24 hours, malalaman mo na yung result.
Oo,
Hindi ka-
agad-agad, no?
Oo, parang hindi ka, before ka pa makahinga, makarest, parang alam mo na kung pumasa ka or hindi. Nung time namin, 18% yung passing rate. So you could just imagine. And then, I did, modestly, I did well naman. Because I had a parang strategy. I've always had this time management na fina-follow ko from before up until now. Kaya minsan nagtataka yung iba, bakit nakakaya mo ganyan? Because sabi ko nga, sinesegment ko yung mga gagawin ko. Like for example, I have a book to read. I divide it into like manageable tasks. So, 'di ba?
Para hindi ka na-overwhelm.
Yeah, and then kakayanin mo naman 'yun, 'di ba? Eventually talaga, you just have to be patient with yourself na eventually makakaya mo. I will just give an example.
Opo.
During my law school, yun nga, may mga anak ako and then I was teaching. Nagbo-board exam din yung mga estudyante ko. So I have to be very focused with them kasi, di ba, dala-dala din nila yung MSU. And then I'm enrolled in law school. What I would do, sabi ko, 3 lang yung goal ko in every subject. Number 1, I should have an impressive first recitation. Because the professor would really notice that, di ba?
Totoo.
So, habang hindi pa ako natatawag sa recitation, talagang I would read up to the point na just to give an impression to the professor that I deserve to pass. Baka may makinig ng mga professor. Hindi po, ganun lang yun. So, pag mayroon akong good recitation, magre-relax na ako niyan. At magpo-prepare na ako for the midterms. So, I don't care if kasi kailangan ko minsan mag-absent because may mga exams din ako teaching and then I have other responsibilities. So, if I have a good recitation, minsan, sinasagad ko yung 3 absences, 10 absences. And sometimes, kung wala yung professor, because I would spend it, kung wala akong pasok, magbabasa ako sa library. Kasi nga, minsan pag may time constraint ka or yung resources mo, wala kang, or limited lang yung resources, mahahanapan mo talaga ng paraan eh. Diba? Sabi ko nga, mas believe ako sa mga working students kaysa sa mga full-time students. Because,
Of course.
ang daming time wastage. Full time. Kasi iisipin mo,
Sige lang.
Sige.
Oo.
So, yun nga. Pinaplan ko na yun na I have at least siguro 3 weeks or a month before the midterm. So, prepare na ako sa midterm. Kung wala, kunyari, papasok ako, wala yung professor, magbabasa ako, ganyan. Hindi ako pala hindi ako sociable masyado because I don't have the time. And then, pagka, kunyari, wala yung professor or kung nandyan man siya, minsan mag-absent ako. Kasi sabi ko, basta hindi lang ako ma-technical doon sa 3 consecutive absences. Or may rule na 10 non-consecutive absences. So, minsan naiintindihan din naman ako ng professor. Kasi tapos na ako mag-recite so I know that I wouldn't be called again because kailangan ng So, midterm, mag-a-absent na ako niya ng 1 week sa school ko, sa pagti-teach ko to prepare for the midterm. So, I have the whole week to prepare for the midterm exam. And kahit na, kunyari, magta-travel kami or yung dinuduyan ko yung anak ko, I would have literally tinitear ko yung portion ng libro ko. But I put it back naman. Kasi mabigat yung libro, di ba? So, tinitear ko siya.
Yung mga natapos mo.
Yung babasahin
yung babasahin mo.
Oo, magbabasa ko ng let's say 20 pages. So, tinitear up ko yan. Binabantayan ko yung anak ko. I would read on the side or magsa-school siya or play school, I would read on the side. Or sometimes, syempre, di ba pag magta-travel kami, kunyari, from Marawi to Cagayan, ipipicture ko yung mga pages
Then
ng book,
babasahin.
mababasahin ko. So, yun, midterm, and then finals, and then sa awa naman, wala pa naman ako nabagsak na
Subjects.
Subjects.
During your law school
Yes,
years.
oo.
So, attorney, hindi ka parang dumiretso sa law school after your undergrad, no? Ilang taon yung...
Actually, my original plan was to work in a parang in SGV kasi I was accepted in CC Gores Velayo. It's an auditing firm.
Right.
And then
Narinig ko yan, SGV.
yeah, it's in Makati. And then after that, parang that's the requirement for me to get into an international bank. Kasi parang i-accept nila ako because my grades in the CPA board exam was pretty high. So
Good enough para makapasok.
and then parang na-qualify ako doon. So yun lang yung nire-request nila. But then my father again
Ayaw niyang mapalayo ka.
yeah, so parang yung 'di ba pag ganun ka, parang you have this opportunity. So parang iniisip mo international na. I was even thinking na baka magpa-assign ako somewhere abroad ganyan. And then my father had to pull me back here sa Marawi City because he had, of course, concerned din naman siya because I'm a girl. And that time, galit na galit ako sa kanya kasi feeling ko he's preventing me from reaching my goals. But
I do.
Parang na-snatch sa'yo yung opportunity
yes,
na makalabas.
hindi ko talaga pinlano na mag-law school agad. But then, he had other plans in being the obedient daughter that I am. So yun, nag-law school ako. But before my law school, sales service associate ako sa Philippine National Bank here in Marawi. PNB. And then after that, sa Ma'am Imara Andam invited me. Sabi niya, bakit ka nandito? Doon ka na lang sa sa school.
Wait,
Swiss
may
siya.
asawa ka na nun?
Nung sa PNB ako, wala pa.
So nung nag-law school ka, wala pa?
No, before ako nag-law school, kinasal na ako.
So, attorney, kahit nakasal ka na, ka pa, naging obedient daughter ka pa rin sa father mo na nag-pursue ka pa rin ng law school.
Yeah, because again, my choices back here was limited.
Right.
Yeah.
Oo, wala namang dito. So,
Wala namang SGV.
wala namang
Marawi branch.
But I was fast in accepting naman the limitations I have as a Muslim girl na naintindihan ko naman perspectively yung papa ko kung bakit. Because he has always had my best interest. Oo, from elementary up to talagang my father was Pakasorganuala, was really very hands-on with us. Sinasabi nga niya sa amin, not only with me but also with my siblings. Sinasabi nga niya sa amin na hindi siya nangarap na maging mayaman. Basta ang gusto lang niya is maiwan niya kami na we are all stable and well placed na parang yun lang yung hiningi niya because din siya parang circumstances also left him no choice because he got married early. Although very very competent yung father ko, but he also has limited kasi yun nga nag-marry siya ng college pa siya. And then, hindi pa siya, di ba usually, before you get married, you have to establish yourself. Hindi nila nagawa ng mama ko yun. So, they have to also sacrifice for us. So, sila na yung tutor namin, tagagawa ng project. And then, very, very hands-on talaga sila sa amin. And kaya nga, ngayon, I'm also happy na yung mga kapatid ko are also miyakwa mapia. We give it back to them because kung wala yun, talagang parang hindi rin kami makakarating sa kung saan man kami.
Kasi attorney, di ba may kapatid ka ring lawyer? Isa lang.
Yeah. Oo. Si Attorney Aina, yung sunod sa akin.
Sa PAO.
Oo. Yun yung public servant talaga. True blue na public servant. Okay. And then si Ansari Jr., he is connected with MILG. Oo. And then yung
Lawyer din.
Doctor in public ad. Oo. And then yung bunso namin, she is a nurse and also may doctorate degree din siya.
So talagang na natupad yung pangarap ng father mo.
Yeah.
And attorney, nasabi mo kanina na before entering law school, nag-teach ka na sa accountancy program.
Yes, oo.
And you were handling mga law subjects, perhaps?
I was handling auditing, financial accounting. And then, since I was in law school, binigyan din nila ako ng business law.
Ayun.
And then, taxation. Because for some reason, walang gusto mag-handle ng taxation. But it's my favorite subject in accountancy.
Okay.
So, siguro kaya dito din napunta yung path ko na hanggat sa career ko, I also handle tax cases. I don't know, I find it interesting.
Attorney, I'm sure with all the things that were happening during your law school years, merong time na baka possible na burnout ka? Meron ba?
I don't, because yun na nga, at the outset, talagang naka-segment na kasi yung,
Ayun.
so I know ahead what I have to do
Okay.
before the day begins. And then, yung husband ko naman, he's a blessing to me because siya naman yung parang pag sabi niya, aral ka na naman, halika nga. So, hindi kasi ako sociable. Parang yung pag-aaral, yun yung hobby ko na din. Kasi growing up, I was not exposed to, gumala or what. Parang masaya na ako na nagbabasa ako ng libro or mag-shopping ng konti, ganyan.
So, is it safe to say na introvert ka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Growing up, super introvert. Oo.
Tapos yung husband mo na lang yung parang nag-expose sa'yo sa...
Yung husband ko, siya, social butterfly ba tawag to?
Oo nga. Kasi nakakasabay siya, di ba? Pag
Yes.
kasama natin siya sa...
Yes. Ang dami niyang kakilala. So, parang yun nga, parang siya yung nagbabalance out. Actually, before I got married, wala akong exposure sa pumupunta sa mga coffee shop or nung nakasal na lang ako, like pupunta kami sa mga resorts, magta-travel. So, he was the one who introduced me to
Yan ba yung reason kung bakit 2.0 ka ngayon? 2.0 version?
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi yung handle mo sa Instagram, di ba may 2.0?
2.0.
Bakit may 2.0?
Because parang feeling ko, yun nga, another version of me. Because right now, parang mas malawak na yung ginagalawan ko. And I was able to pursue things na hindi ko akalain na magagawa ko. And then, I learned to take risks. So, parang ganun. Parang hindi naman siya nalalaya sa old me, but parang mas nag-explore na ako in... Makikita nyo naman, like, nag-law office ako.
Yeah.
Parang it's not a typical thing that,
Maranao lawyers do, di ba?
Yeah. At that time. Ngayon, ang dami ng law office, which is good.
Yes.
So, attorney, did the accountancy program help you sa pag-navigate mo sa law school kaya hindi ka nahirapan?
Baka sabihin ng mga tao, ang yabang naman ni attorney.
Hindi, nahirapan po siya.
Parang gitib ka na vibes din kay
Yeah.
attorney na parang, I wouldn't say na you had it easy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
parang controlled mo siya yung pag-law school mo.
Yes. Yun nga, because I think that's very much true. When I was in accountancy, single ako, wala akong responsibilities. I had no other stuff on my plate aside from yung lang talaga. So I was able to train myself, na yung sa study habits, ganyan. So nung nag-law school ako, parang hindi na mahirap sa akin.
Hindi na siya bago.
Yeah, like mag-aaral ako ng whole day, hindi na siya, and then take smaller breaks. Hindi na siya mahirap kasi sanay na. And then before that, yung training din namin sa Science High School.
Ayun.
Oo, so talagang hindi ko naman sinasabi na madali yung law school. It's super hard naman kasi you have to have long readings and all of these challenges along the way. But my foundation helped me to go through it.
Di ba, attorney, sabi mo kanina, piniprepare mo talaga na every first recitation mo, maganda yung sagot mo.
Yeah.
Yung may favorite question ako sa podcast na kung meron ka bang dark recit or embarrassing recitation. Wala siguro kasi
Ano ba?
Ginagalingan mo eh. Wala ka bang memorable recitation? Kasi hindi ka nakasagot, gano'n.
Oo.
Wala.
Hindi naman. Na-anesthesiya na kasi ako nung fourth time. Yung memory ko wala akong maalala. Pero ang naalala ko was sa courtroom na. Meron akong embarrassing experience.
Oh, yan ang gusto ko marinig.
Sa courtroom.
Sige.
Would you like to share?
May iba naman.
Kasi ano diba? When you become a lawyer, parang feeling mo, alam mo na lahat, diba? Kasi attorney ka diba? Pero, you know, the courtroom will humble you down. It's a place where walang top-notcher, walang cum laude, wala. It's purely preparation talaga. So if you're not prepared, talagang mapapahiya ka. Now, when we put up the law office, I was really privileged to have a mentor, no. Barkada ko sa elementary and even high school, college. Barkada ng asawa ko, si Attorney Nabil Motia. Oo. Matagal na siyang lawyer. Kasi ako nga sabi ko, matagal ako nag-law school. So, 2016 ako. I think siya parang 5 years, 6 years na siyang lawyer.
Ahead of you.
Yeah. And nung time na nag-migrate siya sa Cagayan de Oro City, he was looking for a partner in a law office. And at that time, parang kakapasa ko lang ng bar din. And then, actually, my husband was nagging me, why are you not looking for a job? Parang hindi ko sinagot yung tanong, no? But ito yung premise niya. Why are you not looking for a job? So, sabi ko, kasi at that time, I was into trading. So, yun. So,
Gaya ni Hanan.
gaya ni Hanan.
Pero hindi ko kaya. hindi kaya ng brain ko yung trading.
So, sabi ko, I am starting something na parang gusto kong, kasi yung law school ako, parang I felt free after nung pumasa ko ng bar. So parang wala na so I can finally do something na
Do the things you wanted to do when you were...
Yeah, na wala akong capacity, wala akong oras. So, parang trading is something that I really wanted to do. Kung meron akong parang parallel universe, I will be a trader talaga. And then my parents wouldn't understand kasi. So okay, nag-lawyer ako anyway. So, nung tapos na ako ayan, napasaya ko na kayo, lawyer na yung anak nyo. Naging CPA na ako, ganyan. So, I would want
Ako naman.
Yes. So, it's something that I secretly really wanted to do. So, sabi ko sa husband ko, give me a year. I would want to try this in full time and let's put up a business first. So, may negosyo na kami before, but since lumipat na kami this time sa Cagayan de Oro City, sabi ko, let's do a business and then I'll do the trading and then I'll do everything with the kids. Okay. So, anyways, 1 year has passed. Sabi niya, bakit hindi ka pa
Practice.
Kasi siya din talaga, hats off ako, talagang he put me in the pedestal. Talagang he gave me the freedom, the means, and
The
everything.
support.
The support, yeah. Up until now, no, we're partners and everything.
We are witness to that.
Yes. So, sabi niya, bakit ganyan? Hindi ka pa... So, yun nga, parang dumating na din si Attorney Motia looking for a partner. Kasi established na siya eh. And he already has cases. Sabi ng asawa ko, papasok ka na lang sa law office. Bakit ayaw mo pa? Tapos sabi niya, let's put up a law office. So siya talaga, sila ni Attorney Motia. So I didn't have, yung expenses. Diba? One of the challenges of putting up a law firm is yung, the expenses that you have to put in, to invest in. So, sila ni Attorney Motia yung nag-navigate kung paano ipatayo yun. And then, we already have cases. Kasi si Attorney Motia is already the retainer of NGCP. So, itong yun na nga yung pinaka-nakakahiya kong experience.
Okay. Pupunta tayo sa exciting part.
So, si Attorney Motia, may mga cases na siya. So, syempre, sabi niya, sige, attend ka sa because expropriation cases are before the regional trial court. So, yung mga judges doon, mga talagang veteranong judges na, di ba?
Experience.
So, wala silang patience masyado sa,
Sa mga newbie.
Oo. Pumasok ako doon, hindi ko nababanggitin, no? Pero friends na kami ni Judge ngayon. I mean, we're okay. pumasok ako doon. Syempre, di ba, as a new lawyer, kabado-kabado. Good morning, Your Honor. Di ba,
First, appearance mo
First
to?
appearance ko in a regional trial court, and I'm gonna have a direct examination for the judicial affidavit of a witness. So, hindi siya cross-exam, but there's also a procedure kasi in identifying the JA and then in marking the exhibits. So, a lot of shindigs had to happen, no?
So, may kodigo
Para
ka pa nito?
Meron, and then memorize ko na. So, that time, ang lamig ng aircon. So, di ba kinakabahan ka? Sabi ko, kinakabahan ako, tas double yung kaba ko because of the aircon, na talagang literal na nanginginig ako. And then,
Kinakabahan pala yung attorney, Noro.
because it's the first thing, I didn't, before nag-observe talaga ako, but iba talaga kapag,
When you are there na.
yeah, and then,
Standing.
I'm representing a corporation. So, syempre, they're expecting,
Mas heavy yung expectation.
yeah,
nila.
yeah. And at that time, nag-observe yung head ko
Oh my
from
gosh.
NGCP.
I don't
Oo.
Triple ang nervyos
My
mo
God.
yan.
Hindi ko, kasi I don't know, parang mayroon siyang isang kaso doon na witness din siya. As a commissioner. Tapos, ganun din yung, nandoon siya. So, hindi pa tinatawag yung kaso niya. Ako muna yung tinawag.
Coincident lang na andoon.
Nandoon siya. So, talagang, di ba, parang gusto mo lunukin ka na lang ng lupa. Sa sobrang, sabi ko, what will I do? Like, I don't know how to pretend. Because hindi ako yung, di ba, sometimes, you know, lawyers would pretend, ganito, ganyan. Pero, act as if,
Artist, mga
hindi ako
actor.
ganon. Hindi ako marunong sa ganon.
Umaking.
Oo. So, when I was talking, talagang literally nanginginig ako. And then, I cried.
My God.
I cried because halo-halo na.
After or during?
During, like,
Oh my
sabi, diba sabi, okay, next case, okay, case number, blah, 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 National Grid Corporation of the Philippines versus ganyan-ganyan for trial, presentation of witness. So, diba, una, good morning, Your Honor. I am attorney, blah, 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 for entering my appearance as counsel for ganyan. So, hindi ko naitawid yun. Dahil sa sobrang kaba ko.
Yun na lang, di ba? Hindi mo pa
Oo.
Oh my God.
And then, this
Ayoko
friend of mine, na lawyer din, was kind enough to manifest for me na, sabi niya, second call. So, at least na second call ako just to, pero it's something na parang,
second call letter?
second call is like, you're allowed to have your case called again after all the other cases are called.
Babalikan.
So, babalikan.
Bakit nangyari pala dun sa hindi mo pag...
Hindi natuloy kasi umiyak ka.
Kasi hindi ko, parang nag-anxiety ka ba?
Kasi hindi mo natuloy.
Hindi ako walang sound na lumalabas.
Do y'all
So ano sabi ng judge while you were crying, attorney? Or
The judge was,
it was happening?
he was pissed off.
Oh my God!
Kasi parang hindi ko na maalala yung sinasabi kasi nag-mental blackout na ako. Syempre, these judges are like, parang veteran. So they have low patience for
At
lawyers.
saka wala na silang sympathy sa mga ganyan.
Yeah,
But-
because it's not a big deal.
Oo.
It's for them it's an everyday thing. So
Oh.
for us new lawyers, it's like life and death situation. So talagang sabi ko, oh my God, ya Allah, ano ba itong binasok ko? Sabi ko, hindi ko to inamin. Ngayon ko lang inamin actually.
And thank you.
Oo. Kasi looking back,
Right.
no? So, nung pang-second na, so, kalmado na ako. Kasi alam ko naman yung script, yung talagang yung anticipation.
Yes.
And siguro sobrang dami kong kape. Kasi wala akong tulog the night before. So,
sa sobrang aral din.
yes, kasi yun nga, parang overly pinaprepare mo din yung sarili mo. Tapos, syempre, and then, tinanong pa ng judge yung boss ko sabi niya,
Ano pala yung boss niyo?
oo.
Pala.
Sabi niya, do you have any idea about this case? So, parang yun sabi niya, of course, wala kasi hindi naman niya handle yun. So, he called up my partner, si Attorney Mutia. Sabi niya, ano yun si Attorney Sunny? Parang wala siyang nasabi. Gumanon siya, tapos tinawagan ako ni Attorney Mutia. Tapos, hindi ko alam na tinawagan niya. Tapos parang okay lang yung ano. Ito yung, sabi ni Attorney Mutia, nasabi mo ba yung script mo? Sabi ko, okay na.
Bakit di mo sinabi kay Attorney Mutia yung...
Syempre at that time, of course, I wouldn't want him to worry din. Kasi, hindi siya, hindi talaga siya, it's presentation of witness. It's a basic thing that lawyers must know, diba? So, at that time, parang sinabi ko, na-present ko na, ganyan. Kasi, para hindi din siya masyadong mag-alala.
Pero waiting ka nun sa second call.
Oo, pero hindi ko alam na tinawagan pala siya ni Sir Polioso, at that time. So, yun, that was one of the many bloopers that I had in court.
Feeling ko kaya siya parang big deal sa kanya kasi syempre never siyang nagkamali sa recitation sa law school. So parang big deal sa kanya sa courtroom siya.
Nagkakamali ako. Always ako nagkakamali ng recitation sa law school. Yun lang, yung parang baka sabihin nila But yung mindset ko kasi there's still more chances of winning. Parang ganon. Hindi ako, yung goal ko kasi is I don't really put premium on grades. Parang sa akin lang is maitawid kung pasado ako, okay na ako doon.
Because you had so many
things going on.
And of course priority pa rin yung kids and so. Yung parang naisip ko na buti nga I'm privileged enough to be in law school na parang it's really something na wala sa plano or wala sa schedule or parang nasingit ko na lang tapos buti nga nakapag-law school ako.
And during that court procedure kasi or during that appearance kasi, korte na yan, di ba?
Yeah.
If you, I'm sorry for using the word, but if you fuck up, then
there's no other chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kasi life, liberty, and property ang pinag-uusapan dyan.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. It's a big thing. And yun na nga, buti na lang, allowed naman yung second call.
Ayun.
So, nung nag-second call, naitawid ko naman, na-present ko yung witness.
And for a lawyer, yun yung first appearance mo kasi sa court. So, ang sabi nga nila, very memorable talaga ang first appearance.
True.
And yours just so happened to be very talaga, memorable talaga.
Memorable talaga. It's a me problem.
Parang yung yung personality mo na introvert, talagang pinanindigan niya.
Pinanindig. Talaga kasi, 'di ba, pag introvert ka, parang hindi ka naman sanay na 'di ba, parang lahat yung thought process mo pina-prepare mo before you, 'di ba, you utter a word. Talagang naka-prepare na yan kung ano sasabihin mo. Buti nga nag-teach ako kasi before I think teaching also helped me be more articulate, be more expressive kung ano yung sasabihin ko. Before talaga introvert ako tao.
Oo nga, attorney, sabi mo nga you were teaching nung nasa law school ka and sa MSU main campus ito.
Yes.
At the same time, naglo-law school ka sa main campus.
Yes.
Tapos, underload ka palagi sa law school because of your load sa teaching. So, gaano katagal yung journey mo sa law school?
Curious din ako dyan.
Yeah, 8 years.
Oh, 8 years.
Yeah, so, but yung 8 years na yon may mga SEM na, like, nung first year ko sa law school, first semester, buntis ako kay Shana, yung daughter ko. And then, nung nanganak ako sa kanya noong October, hindi na ako nag-enroll ng second SEM. And then, parang a few years after, buntis na naman ako sa second child ko, si Dean. So, nung pinanganak ko din siya, I stopped for a SEM. So, parang, and then plus the fact na laging underload, so talagang na-stretch siya.
Pero buti na lang, attorney, kahit it took you 8 years, tinapos mo siya.
Oh.
Huh?
Yun na nga, that prompted, of course, no, because you never go into, you spent a chunk of your life. Alangan hindi mo tatapusin. Kaya nga sabi ko, when I entered law school, my mind talaga is the bar exam.
Right.
Yung sabi ko, kasi parang gusto talaga ng father ko na mag-law school ako. And sabi niya, kaya ko naman. So, parang to accommodate that, so sabi ko, sige, but I have to also move forward with other things that's happening with my life, like family life, and then, of course, I have to earn the responsibilities, and then itong law school. So, nung finally, sabi ko, bakit ang tagal? Hindi lang mga kaklase. Ang dami ko ngang batches. Sabi ko, bakit yung mga kaklase ko tapos na? Ako parang tagal. No? So,
yung tawag namin sa ganung international student.
True. So, sabi ko sa asawa ko, sabi ko sa husband ko, I'll have to stop working. And then, at that time then, my eldest daughter is going to school na. So, sabi ko, dun tayo titira sa Iligan. Kasi sa Iligan, mas forgiving yung schedules di ba?
Kasi gabi.
And then, allowed silang mag-full load ka. Like, last year of law school ko, first sem, 24 units, second sem, 27 units. So, sinagad ko talaga na may mga subjects ako dito sa nagka-cross-enroll ako just to, parang gusto ko talaga tapusin in 1 year lahat ng kailangan kong tapusin. So, and then nirison ko sa asawa ko na magsa-school na yung anak mo, doon na lang tayo kasi mas malapit sa law school ko. And then, at that time, may negosyo kami, may konting first business din namin yung water station. It was going well. And then we had to transfer to Iligan. So, bumabalik-balik pa rin naman kami sa Marawi. You know what? Yung water station namin na yun, we were able to deliver to all the MSU dormitories. So,
Kinontrata kayo?
Kami ito yung nagpresenta. Like, we delivered to them. Magandang business model. Kasi, parang tipid yung student because hindi na sila pupunta sa ComSet to get water. And then, doon naman sa dorm, doon na kami nagde-deliver. And then free pa yung galon nila with faucet. So, we were earning good there. It's a small business but it's a start of our
Many more businesses.
Ni naman, yung start of our journey into the business. So, we had to leave that but during weekend, pupunta pa rin kami dito to make the delivery. Kapag-deliver ako dyan sa mga dorm, door to door. Nagkakarga ng tubig.
So, attorney, gusto kong balikan yung after mong matapos yung law school mo. Anong taon po to? Anong year?
I finished my law school 2015.
2015.
Yeah, and at that time, we were going through parang a personal challenge because we discovered na yung pangalawang anak ko has autism.
Under the spectrum.
Yeah, so parang 'di ba imagine mo parang ang dami mong ginagawa tapos parang biglang nagbuhos na
Here comes a challenge, no?
Isang bagsak. So we really have to assess everything again. And that time parang sabi ko parang magre-review ba ako sa Manila. Kasi parang hindi ko kayang iwanan yung
And attorney, I just wanna ask at that time ba yung sa may interventions na ba sa mga autistic na
kids?
Meron
Meron naman.
na.
But then limited at that time. That was 2015. Ngayon marami na sa Iligan and even I think here meron. So change na naman kami ng location. Sabi ko sa asawa ko, we need to address this because sabi ng doctor, you have to be proactive to catch up with the years na mas matutulungan mo pa siya. Kasi he was 3 years old at that time.
And kasi ang alam ko sa when a kid is autistic or has autism, kailangan early intervention.
Yeah. It was discovered 3 years old na siya because he was showing signs. And at that time, we were really clueless. And
diba?
At that time talaga I am not parang ang ano ko pa nga doon, drama ko doon, parang I'm not fit to be a mother of a child with special needs kasi even myself hindi pa ako kompleto as a person kasi I'm scared na will I be able to give him the things that he needs. I mean, how long? I mean, so many questions at that time. So at the same time, nagpaplano na din yung buong family ko for my review sa Manila. But my heart was really, I didn't want to leave
Hindi pa nakakommit doon sa review. So 2015 was a rough time,
It
rough
was
year.
really rough. Like, financially as well. Buti na lang we have good support system. Kasi, di ba tumigil ako mag-aral, ay magtrabaho to really be a full-time law student. And then umaasa kami sa negosyo. Kung hindi kami mag-deliver ng water, wala kaming ano. But then my parents-in-law, my parents, more so my parents-in-law at that time, they were really, really, really supportive. In fact nga, sila talaga yung nag-invest doon sa negosyo namin when we said na mag-stop ako mag-work.
So despite these challenges or despite the circumstances na that you were under, no, attorney, you still decided to take the bar exam sa 2015.
2015, and then kasi sometimes parang feeling, because when I graduated sa IIT, parang para siyang nga yung syndrome na imposter syndrome. Kasi parang on the outside, parang people are saying na, you're good, you're ganito, kasi ganito, ganyan. And then I graduated with a bunch of awards, like may mga best in commercial law review, best in taxation.
May ganun?
Yeah, may
At that
during
time?
the time of Dean said.
I see.
Pero
Dean Pasil.
valedictorian.
No, I'm second honorable mention ako.
Okay.
So, but I have
That's
this,
something, di ba? Still.
yeah. Yun na nga. So, parang I was really thankful na may ganun. Na parang sabi ko, siguro kakayanin ko kasi parang may awards naman ako, ganyan.
So somehow, yung mga awards na yun boosted your
May false
moral.
confidence. Oo. But it was, I call it a false confidence.
Okay.
Because iba din yung journey mo sa bar. Yeah. So yun na nga.
How did you prepare, attorney, for the bar? Tell us po.
When I prepared for the bar, and then Ma'am Mylene Macumbal reached out to me. And then we talked, and then sabi niya, kaya mong, because diba, she's of course, top-notcher. So parang perspective
The
na
one and
baka,
only.
yeah, the one and only. So, she's my idol up until now. So sabi niya, you can do it, ganito, ganyan. So in fairness to her, she was guiding me what the things that we have to do, ganyan.
And for someone like her to say na you can do it, di ba, kaya mo yan. Parang I think that's a really good thing na ay kaya ko.
Yeah. And then, but at that time, I was battling my
Personal challenges.
mental, I was not mentally well because imagine I would be really worried about my son. And then sabi ko 7 months I would be away. And then feeling ko parang, of course we have support system. My husband is of course also parang we're also parang hindi talaga kami prepared for it. And ako nga parang my mindset was I have to be strong because I know that he's gonna be emotional along the way because that's his son. So yung acceptance na stage is very hard on a father din. So parang syempre isipin niya paano pag like getting married or yung mga ganon, like
Andun na yung
having
diba?
social
Thinking mo
yeah, ganon. So
as a parent.
yun yung mga worries din niya. Paano, is it curable? Mga ganon. So, we are traversing an unknown road.
Saka sa time niyo siguro nun, hindi pa marami
Parang may stigma pa at that time sa kung ano ba yung autism.
tsaka hindi pa masyado marami yung aware
Yeah.
na may
Yes.
ganun.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yun na nga. Parang we were talking and sabi ko sa kanya, I'll just rent up a house near our house. So that I promise to study 8 hours at least every day. Basta lang, pag magpapahinga ako, uuwi ako dyan.
So somehow nag-isolate ka pa rin still within the day.
Yun yung parang proposal ko.
Okay.
Na sabi ko, dito lang ako sa
Cagayan.
and then I'll go in sa house sa gabi and then at least I could check on my kids. Because it's the first time na mahihiwalay ako and then meron pa akong iiwanan na anak na who's very clingy to me. So,
Ilan na yun yung anak mo?
Dalawa.
Okay.
So, sabi, but family, Manila ka, mag-enroll ka sa ganito.
Kasi nabutan nyo yung bar exam, Manila.
Manila.
Lang, hindi
Centralized.
Parang ibigay mo na, baka hindi ka pumasa. So, parang I was listening to a lot of people na saying na, ay, ganyan, magpa-isolate ka, you go into, ang daming advices, in fairness. So, parang ako, my father was also advising me, and then my parents-in-law, the super supportive sila, like wala akong inalala financially because they were like always giving me even more than what I would need, no, just for me to So parang I felt a lot of emotions first time na emotion na parang hindi, I think a lot of the Barrio viewers na mothers also could understand this. Kasi it's the first time in my entire life that I'll be away from my kids. And parang it was, it was hell. Like, it was really, a lot of people didn't know this kasi hindi ko naman siya na-share, but it was really I could say the most, parang the hardest part of my experience as an adult. Yung, hindi ako makatulog. And then, di ba sabi nila pag magbabar exam ka, dapat yung sleep mo ganito. Kasi I know I cannot sleep sa gabi. Adding to the fact na hindi ako sanay mag-isa sa kwarto. Kasi takot ako sa mumu. So,
Ang random.
diba? Like literally magigising, oh my God. Tapos may funny story pa, my God, may story pa na namatay yung may-ari ng dorm ko.
And it did not help you talaga.
Yeah, because doon sila naglamay sa ground floor. So diba, oh my God. So, you know what I did? And I wouldn't advise this. Every 2 weeks, I would go home.
From
Manila
to Cagayan.
I'll do the weekend there because it's like I'm only gonna be at peace when I...
At saka it's part of you recharging
Yeah.
yourself.
So sabi ko, it's our secret, no? Secret namin ng asawa ko. Sabi ko, uuwi ako dyan. Tapos minsan, may mga times hindi ako makatulog. You know, I would go to the airport and like simultaneously book a flight and then yung asawa ko magugulat na lang kumakatok ako sa Hoy, di ba magkausap lang tayo kanina? Bakit nandito ka?
So, talagang hindi ka nakapag-focus.
Oo.
I had, you know, parang natanggal na lahat yung, wala na akong adrenaline rush. Kasi I'm so used to yung parang konti lang yung oras ko. And then now, tinanggal na yung elements ng mga anak ko, elements ng, and then ito na lang yung gagawin ko. So parang,
Hindi ka sanay sa ganun.
hindi ako sanay sa ganun. Parang sabi ko nga, looking back, dapat sana, sinunod ko na lang yung gusto ko.
Oo, kasi mas kilala mo.
Maski alam ko yung so that's even now pag may mga decision makings ako, parang my husband would always tell me, don't ask me, ask yourself because 'di ba? So it's a learning experience for us. And then you know what, leading up to the bar exam, mentally I didn't care if I passed, like but nobody knows it kasi of course no, syempre, but it was like an internal battle within me na parang I didn't care if I passed or not. I just wanted to finish
I just wanna end
and
this
go home.
bar season.
Yeah, and then end it.
away.
And then, to cut the long story short, I didn't make it the first time. But during that first Sunday, I know that I wouldn't make it.
Why?
Because I messed up my political law review. Yun din yung pinaka-lowest ko. Kasi at that, biruin mo diba, magba-bar season. So, isolated ako sa Makati ako nakatira. I didn't have any bar ops, ganyan-ganyan. I was going there, nobody even would know if I made it to my seat that day. Kasi ako lang. Oo. Kasi isolated talaga. I reviewed at Ateneo Law. And it was a nice, Rockwell, I always come back there kasi it's familiar to me. But it's something na looking back, I wish I hadn't gone there. Or at least, I wish if sa Manila ako, I had like friends na who I could vent out to. Like sa...
Pero hindi ba naging enough yung umuwi ka sa Cagayan?
Every time like I go home and then pag uwi ko dito, parang iiyak ako pagdating sa dorm and then I would face the fact na wala na naman akong kasama. But of course, I'm studying. No? Natapos ko naman siya, but then yung parang, alam mo yung parang numb ka na, wala ka nang pakialam kung papasa ka ba or hindi. And then, a lot of people were expecting na, di ba? Kasi I graduated with a lot of awards. And then, ang laki pa ng expectation. So, I would really be honest to say na parang naka-add din yung, although I'm used to having, to handle pressure, but yung expectation, parang sabi ko sana walang ganun kasi parang inaalala ko pa yun. Yung parang aalalahanin ko
Totoo.
na
No? May external pressure pa.
Parang nung si attorney Alex din, di ba? Yun yung reason kaya hindi rin siya nag-take ng first.
Kaya nga, ako attorney, I graduated naman na hindi ako naging honor. But for me na I took it as a good sign na at least alhamdulillah pag-pressure ka na. Parang people
yeah.
won't expect me na I would make it in the first try.
And you know, I was not, kaya nga sabi ko, I would like to emphasize itong journey ko na to, yung my first take in this podcast. Because, I want to emphasize na, life is not perfect.
Exactly.
Yung nakikita niyo sa social media na rich, that's not reality. I mean, even myself a lot of people would say, magaling ka, ganyan. But I also have my lapses. I also have my mistakes. I also have my insecurities. I have lots of imperfections in me. And okay lang yun, no? It's okay. And I'd rather embrace that kaysa yung mag-pretend ako na hindi ako. So,
You're not someone.
kaya sabi ko, I was thinking going here na ikukwento ko talaga to so that other people would also relate to it.
So, your 2015 bar review and bar season was, I'd say na you were not in the best place that...
Yeah, mentally, emotionally, and I was numb. Wala, alam mo yung kumakain ako sa... I don't know if na may depression ba ako or what. Kasi hindi naman ako... But,
clinically diagnosed. But yung feeling mo...
Yung feeling mo na kumakain ka, umiiyak ka.
I know.
Yun, kasi mag-isa ka and then no one knows you. And then, syempre, sabi ko, kung mamamatay ako dito, walang may alam sa akin.
So, attorney, nasabi mo kanina na first Sunday, alam mo na you might flunk.
I might flunk. But knowing... I know myself kasi I don't give up easily.
Okay.
So,
You were still hoping.
Yeah, of course. Sana baka ma-make up ko pa. So, yun na nga. I didn't make it. But, kaya nga nung result, I was more worried about the people around.
Oo, kasi hindi ka, di ba sabi mo nga parang feeling mo may depression ka noon. So, di ba sa time nyo yung 6 months yung waiting game para sa bar result? So, yung half a year na yun ba, hindi ka parang natatakot? Or hindi ba nakadagdag yun sa depression mo or sa mental
I was the happiest. Kasi nakauwi na
Tapos
ako.
na.
I was with my kids again.
Okay.
And then I was mind conditioning na my husband, my family na I might not make it. So, it's more on
Confirmation.
Confirmation na lang. Kasi even before mag-release yung bar, sinasabihan ko na sila na if I don't make it, it's okay. Kasi,
But when the results came out, ano yung initial na feelings mo or reaction mo?
I vividly remember nasa kwarto ako noon.
With your
And
husband?
Yeah, and then my friend texted me, si Sir Boy.
Hindi ka naghintay ng results?
Hindi na. Sabi ko, parang friend, I'm so sorry you didn't make it. And then mentally prepared na ako na okay, what do I have? Kasi ganun ako kung may situation, parang nandoon ako sa mood na how do I handle this, ganyan. So, sabi ko, okay, my parents, they were okay with it, no? Kasi, parang, alam naman nila, may struggles, no? And then, the next scenario was when I would take again.
Okay.
Parang nag-move on na doon.
So, paano yun?
So, hindi ka umiyak?
Hindi. Hindi
Yeah.
talaga.
Talagang nagplano ka na for your
Pero
next...
kasi ang dami ko nang iniyak nung nandun ako sa nung review.
Okay.
Tapos na siya.
I was more worried I think nag-post nga ako na sa Facebook na sorry doon sa mga na-disappoint ko kasi I didn't make it. But yun na nga, parang it doesn't define me. I mean,
Of course.
it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. So, paano ka nag-review na? Nasa family ka na or
Yun na nga.
Manila na naman?
I told my husband, this time, I'll decide
Okay.
everything from the place to everything. That time, I was pregnant. So, third, for Lily, I was pregnant with Lily. And then, the funny thing was, pamakasarga because my core support group talaga was my father and then my mother-in-law. Super, as in, I'm really, really lucky to have them in my life. And right now, they're already gone, but at that time talaga grabe yung support nila sa akin. Their worry was, I was pregnant, and then how would I make it to the next bar? Kasi the bar was November at that time. And then, itong kapatid ko, so yun na, yung kapatid ko, si Aina, si attorney Aina, sabay kaming nag-take this time.
Okay.
Oo. So, siya din, she was teaching in National High School kasi dakilang guro siya. During the siege, she was a lawyer at that time. 'Di ba siege take kami ng oath. Siege 'yun. March 23, no? Or May 23 something. Basta 23 nagigera na dito. Tapos she went back here. She has a lot of opportunities kasi lawyer na siya. She didn't leave her students. Talagang nag-teach pa din siya sa national doon sa Sagyaran na doon sila na transfer.
Sumapa din na tinay, miyator niya ako. Nangangili ako sa padagalabag.
Yeah, in fact she was featured in a parang newspaper article.
Mashallah.
Oo, because of that. She didn't really
We hope to have her in the show, diba?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, mas kayo, talagang she's the epitome of a public servant.
Mashallah.
Like, her clients would give her, kasi syempre, di ba, may mga napapalaya siyang mga drug, cases. Kasi yun yung specialty ng PAO. They would give her like fish. Hindi niya tinatanggap.
Ay, talaga?
Oo. Kasi bawal daw. Ganong level siya. Oo. So anyways,
Okay.
yun na nga, this time, I was really happy kasi sabay kami nagre-review. And
Saan kayo nag-review nito?
Cagayan. Kasi at that time, Cagayan.
So yung nasunod ka na talaga?
Nasunod na ako
At
talaga.
happy ka pa nun, attorney eh. Yung iba kasi, ayaw, bakit kasabay ko? Or kasabay ko kasi yung kapatid ko. So parang that's another pressure to deal with.
Pero feeling ko for an introvert, okay na
Okay.
siya. Kasi core niya yun eh.
Oo. And yung sa amin kasi walang inggitan sa amin, wala. We are,
okay.
talaga, like support kami. And we're really close. So, may mga kagagahan din kami during the review na made our review more memorable.
Okay.
Yung hindi kami kumakanta sa labas, but sa loob ng room.
It made the
Nagkaka-concert,
process, the review, bearable.
Yeah, and what's funny?
Hindi na siya takot sa multo.
Hindi na. You know what? Sobrang memorable ng review namin na yun. It's like, kung pinaka-depressing yung first review ko, yung second review ko, for some reason, is the happiest naman.
It's completely opposite,
Yeah,
no?
super opposite. Kasi na-rekindle yung closeness namin. Kasi at this time, may family na
Of
siya.
course.
Marawi siya, CDO ako. So, anyways, nag-review kami sa CDO, sa Juris Bar. Okay, and then, hindi ko natapos kasi September nanganak ako. So siya din, hindi din siya nakapag-review sa Manila kasi hindi siya inalaw leave. Oo, kasi pro-B pa siya.
Okay.
So, may mga kids din siya. So, parang, you know what? Sabi nga ng tatay ko, ay na, since mag-graduate ka, mag-review ka para samahan si Noro. Yun ang role niya. Tapos, hindi niya ina-expect na papasa talaga siya on one take. And if yung preparation ko, siya mas konti.
Mas konti.
Kasi talagang full-time teacher sa high school.
So, tinanggap niya yung role niya as review buddy.
Chaperone.
Ganun.
Tapos, doon na kami nag-review sa Cagayan. And then, middle of the review, I had to, of course, leave. Kasi September 21, nanganak ako. Tapos, prior to the panganganak ko, ang dami kong false alarm. And then my dad would kailan yung schedule mo? Kasi worry sila na, okay, recovery period and then bar. Parang yan yung worry nila. Tapos yung mother-in-law ko din, kailan yung schedule na panganganak mo? Gusto mo magpa-opera? Para ahead, ganyan-ganyan. So sabi ko, sabi ko, ayaw lumabas ni Lily, yung anak ko. Na-overdue siya for 2 weeks. Ayaw niya talagang lumabas. So sabi ko, nung nakita ko na siya, tas sabi ko sa mama ko, kasi mama ko, sabi niya, manganak ka muna, huwag mo nang isipin yung bar na yan, kasi importante yung health mo. And then, during that time, syempre, nagbabasa na ako. I was mentally okay, kasi talagang doon ako sa room na sanay ako. Kasi I could study the whole day in a room na kahit maingay. Doon ako nasanay na environment. So,
yung adrenaline nga.
yes. And then, maya-maya yung anak ko iiyak. So, yung parang ganon. Yung parang nasanay ako sa ganong setup. So, anyways, sabi, nung nakita ko na si Lily, I declared, sabi ko sa papa ko, Papa, ayoko munang bar kasi kawawa yung anak ko. November yung bar, September 21 siya. So,
1 month na lang.
1 month na lang. But di ba before the bar, may pre-week pa yan. So talagang dapat by October nang doon na ako sa Manila kasi wala pang site dito. Tapos, nag-worry na yung papa ko at saka yung mother-in-law ko, nagtatawagan sila. Paano yan sinuro? Ayaw niyo mag-review, ganyan-ganyan. So, alala ko talaga yung mother-in-law ko, pinuntahan niya ako. Sabi niya, what are your worries? I'll solve all your worries. Ako na yung bahala. Basta, mag-take ka na ng bar. Because, pag hindi ka nag-take, baka another year na naman na mapapending yung mga plans ninyo because you're gonna review again. So, nag-ano talaga siya, gumawa ng who's gonna take care of Lily, my kids, what are the logistics, ganyan. So, para wala na akong worry. So, pakasorga because she was really the core during that time. So, nag-Manila kami ng kapatid ko. You know, imagine, my sister, it was her first time to ride an airplane.
Ooh!
Ng bar.
Amazing.
Tapos,
Whereas ikaw, pag last review season, ginawa mong palengke ang...
Weekender na yung plane.
Tapos pumunta kami doon. Tapos, ang dami naming, parang blooper. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, we'll do everything that I didn't do during the pre-week. Kaya nga, every time I'm asked, what's the best advice that you could have during the pre-week? Sabi ko, before the pre-week, rest. Because the bar exam, more than anything else, you'll need the energy to sustain
Kasi
the
1
long
month
hours.
nung time niya.
Yeah. So, during that month, talagang may time kami mag-mall. Nagtatambay kami sa coffee shop. Nagsha-shopping kami. Talagang,
You enjoyed each other's company.
yeah. And then, late night, kumakanta kami. Hindi kami mga singer in public, but we have our song list.
Nagja-jamming kayo.
Yeah, and then we got really close. Tapos super worried siya sa akin kasi may mga spotting pa kasi bago akong panganak. And then nung time na yon, they were parang calling yung yaya ng anak ko. She called me up. Sabi niya, "Ma'am, may lagnat si Dean." Yung anak ko. So,
son mo.
tapos tinawagan ng kapatid ko yung papa ko. Sabihan niya yung helper na bang yung sasabihin kay Noro kasi nagre-review. Uwi na yan siya. So ako talaga uwi na ako kasi yun nga. That's my weakness. She was consoling me na, okay lang yan. Sila na yung pinainom na nila ng paracetamol. Hindi naman hospital.
Kaya
So,
nakatulong talaga na nandun yung sister
yeah,
mo.
nakatulong siya sa akin and then na-help ko din siya kasi first time din niya. Oo. So,
Guide ba din siya?
yes, so like for example, kung ano yung mga review material. So, nagtulungan talaga kami. And then, siya talagang hindi siya malabas, pero hinihila ko siya. Sabi ko, labas tayo. And then, we were living in a parang girls' dormitory. Tapos, every time na uuwi kami doon sa dorm, nahihiya kami. Kasi
gabing-gabi.
Gabing-gabi na. Tapos, may mga
Mga bulakbol.
may mga dala-dala kaming shopping bag. Tapos, sabi ni Aina, ayun na naman sila. Sinasabi, ayun, nag-shopping na naman yung magkapatid. Tapos yung mga nandun talagang stressed, syempre, di ba? Aral na aral, di ba? Ilang kape na yung nainom. Tapos kami parang mukha lang kaming gumala. But during that time naman na nasa coffee shop kami, nag-aaral kami. But then, parang I saw to it na may break in between.
Parang binalance mo siya unlike do sa first experience.
Yeah.
First bar.
And then we really had fun. Yung parang yung second bar ko, parang sabi ko, inshallah, parang na-feel ko, inshallah, if Allah wills, I think I'll make it. Kasi parang it was a smooth process na nasunod lahat yung worries ko nawala, nasunod lahat yung gusto ko. And then ang dami naming bloopers, like hanggang ngayon pinag-uusapan namin, like tinake niya yung remedial law exam ng parang 1.5 hour lang.
Remedial lang.
Remedial, kasi yun yung highest niya. Oo. Yung sister ko na yun, ang galing niya kasi yung answer niya ang iiksi. Yun yung sabi niya, Noro, ba't ang tagal mo?
Pero ikaw, attorney, mahaba ba yung answers mo?
Mahaba ako Yun yung...
Opposite kayong dalawa.
Oo, pero I stick
In
to
that
one
aspect.
page per answer lang. And then may mga basic like the yes, because, ganyan. So I shy away from like pinpointing the specific provisions. Yung parang ano lang, parang layman's term as
Right.
much as possible to simplify my answers. So yun, na-enjoy namin and at the same time, tuwang-tuwa yung papa ko because sabay kaming pumasa. Oo.
Tell us, attorney, dun yung araw na nalaman niyo yung results niyo.
Okay.
Walk us through po.
You know what? You know what? At that time, parang sabi ko sa husband ko, if papasa ako minamind conditioning ko na naman siya. This time, parang...
Positive yung mind conditioning mo
Oo.
yan.
Kasi this time, nag-therapy na yung si Dean. Kasi nasa Cagayan na kami. May nag-therapy na siya. And then, much better na yung environment, etc. So, parang yung phase na yun ng buhay namin, parang okay na. Parang, smooth na. So, sabi ko sa kanya, June, if papasa ako ng bar, hindi mo na ako magpa-practice for 1 year. Give me this time.
Yung sabi mo
Oo.
na akin naman.
Oo. And then, yung papa ko, kasi yung papa ko talagang parang yun talaga yung yaman niya sa buhay niya, yung education namin. So, he was super duper nervous. And then,
Dalawa kayo.
Oo, dalawa kami. Tapos, you know what's funny? Nung di ba pumunta kami doon kami nag-take sa Manila. Tapos, yung mga gamit namin kasi every week, like for example, after first Sunday, yung mga books namin sa political at saka sa labor, pinapauwi na namin.
Yun.
Ganyan. Tapos, nung last Sunday, si Aina, bumili siya ng red book. Kasi,
BRB.
oo, kasi
Better red book.
magta-take daw siya ng bar next week. Oo. Sinamahan ko siya. Yung talaga sabi ko, kaya nga sobrang happy namin. And then yung papa ko, sinasabi niya, Papa, if hindi ako papasa, ganito. Ganon siya. So, yung tatay ko naman, ang worry niya, paano kung si Aina yung pumasa? Tapos
yung
ako
isa sa kanila.
yun yung mas
Right.
sabi niya, okay lang na hindi pumasa si Aina, basta ako pumasa. Kasi second take ko na. Tapos, ako na sa Cagayan ako. I went to this hotel na may coffee shop sa Uptown Condotel, which later on, doon kami first na nag-office. So, sabi ko sa asawa ko, I'll stay there waiting for the bar. And then, yun nga, nag-uusap na kami ni Aina, ganyan. And then, si Aina sabi, hindi ako papasa. Gumaganon siya. And then, nag-paint siya ng room kasi nagkaka-anxiety na siya. Pinintalan niya yung buong room
niya.
nila. Tapos, ina-announce niya dun sa Marawi, sa bahay namin na hindi ako papasa. Magtatake ako ng bar ulit. Tapos, ganun na. Yan yung papa. So, anyways, tawa ko ng tawa kasi nung in-announce, bayanan kasi siya. Tapos, ako Sunny.
So, una siya.
Una siya.
So, syempre, unang nalaman yung pangalan
oo.
niya. Tapos,
Pero wala bang leakage?
may mga unconfirmed, pero hindi nag-crop up yung names namin. So, doon talaga kami sa announcement.
Okay.
Oo, so, ayun, naghintay siya. Oh, pumasa si, Aina. Tapos ako, sabi ko, naku. Kinabahan ako. Mga seconds, I think. Kasi yung tapos shout na siya ng shout. Kasi syempre, pumasa siya, di ba? She was not expecting. But sinasabi ko naman sa kanya lagi na parang papasa siya kasi maganda siya sumagot. Oo, so yun nga. Pumasa din ako. Then my father posted, and she's so very proud, ganyan-ganyan. And then, I saw my husband was so happy. Tapos nag-pray kami. Umuwi ka na dito kayo, mag-pray tayo, magpasalamat tayo, ganyan. And then, everybody was happy.
Paano mo nalaman na nandun ka sa conductor?
Siya yung, tumawag siya, pumasa ka, ganyan.
May iyakan bang nangyari?
Siya, sabi ko parang siya yung
Pumasa.
Kasi nonchalant lang talaga. I don't know. I have emotions pero yung hindi ako yung OA mag-emote na
Hindi so for OA.
oo, na siya talaga parang siya yung pumasa sa sobrang happy niya because I share with him that din kasi grabe din yung sacrifice niya for me. So yun, pumasa kaming dalawa, masaya ang lahat and then nag-take oath kami and then Marawi Siege happened. Kaya hindi kami nakapag-kanduri. Kasi yung kanduri namin, binigay na lang namin for relief. Oh.
So after you pass the bar, attorney, sinabi mo sa asawang mo na you will take a year off
Yeah.
before you work as a lawyer.
Yeah. Nangyari yung siege, pumasa ako ng bar. So sabi ko, way out ko na to. So sabi ko, pumasa man ako ng bar. 1 year, magdedemand ako ng at least 1 year to do,
To rest.
not
Or to do things you want.
things I want. Like, I've read books, I've went to things that I've become a plantita, yung mga ganun. So, in-enjoy ko yung 1 year na yun. But you know what? Yung, looking back nga, sabi ko, mas mahirap yung private, kasi wala kang oras. Especially pag may deadline. Kasi, yung sa government office,
8 to 5.
Yung sa private, pag may deadline ka, hanggang kinabukasan na yan.
Problema mo
gagawin
yun, di ba?
Oo.
Ma-up to date kailangan. So, attorney, do you have any, tips or advice for the new lawyers na pumasa pumasa this year as to their career growth po?
Yeah. I always say this to my students na even before nga mag-law school kayo, really, really ask yourself several times if you really want to be a lawyer. Kasi it's being a lawyer is life-changing. But if it's not for you, if it's not something that you like doing in the long run, malaki yung oras na mawawala
Totoo,
sa'yo.
sayang lang din, di ba?
Sayang. So talagang isipin mo ng ilang beses before deciding to jump, in this world. My advice is follow your heart, 'di ba? Kasi I have respects naman to those na syempre we need to sustain our living, ganyan. I respect naman those kasi minsan your circumstances would lead you to work for this and that, and then I'm lucky enough to have this choice na magkaroon talaga ng private law office. Pero doable siya. You know what? Funny story is, yung first 3 years namin sa law office, mahirap. Mahirap talaga. Like, thankful ako kay Attorney Motia because he gave me my cases. And then, it was able to sustain the law office. Saka na lang ako naging profitable or parang nag-earn talaga nung mga 4th and then, ngayon nasa 8th year na kami. Buti na lang, nung time na nagsa-start kami ng law office, I have my other streams of income. Like yung nagta-trading ako and then yung negosyo. So, kailangan mo talaga siyang igapang. And even with other fields, always think in the long term. Kasi ngayon uso yung fast gratification, instant millionaire, parang less effort and then ito na yung output mo. It takes time. And it takes ipasok ko na din dito yung SB19.
Yes, go.
Yes, kasi I'm a fan. I'm an 18. Not just because they're good singers and dancers, but, nakaka-proud sila because they took risk. They didn't know what's ahead. The future was very dim for them. They didn't have the money. Talagang nilaban nila because they're good at it and they love what they do. And then they are willing to do everything and anything to make it through. And it didn't take them 2 years, 3 years. It took them 7 years and more to really make it. So, kung kayo struggling as a law practitioner, just acknowledge that may time talaga. There's a learning curve. Even in business, hindi naman agad-agad yan magiging Fortune 500 company. It takes decades nga di ba? Generational wealth nga But just have the patience and always think in the long term. I've read books about the struggles of these self-made people. It took them decades even. No? So, if you can, kung mahal mo talaga yung ginagawa mo, you're willing to wait. And yun nga, sabi ko, it's so gratifying when that slope up finally comes. Kasi alam mo na hinila mo yung sarili mo pataas. Just be very patient during those down times. Kasi those experiences would lead you to look back na hindi ko this is precious to me because before getting here, ang dami mong pinagdaanan. So, yun, just be patient and acknowledge that it takes time.
Attorney, if there's one song na ang SB19 na pwedeng makarelate ang mga law students?
Oh.
Ako before you answer that, I have a favorite SB19 song, yung Mapa.
Yeah.
Every time pinapakinggan ko, naiiyak ako talaga.
Yeah.
I love them for that.
Yeah. It was one of their first songs actually. Yeah. Ngayon nakaano na sila nagpagsibol, pagtatag. Alam ko may trilogy sila. And then Simula at Wakas. I became a fan right after I left MCB, I think. August of it was an accident kasi Shana, my daughter, wanted to go to a show by Stel, one of the members. Sa CDO. Ang ganda ng dynamics ng SB19 kasi they're self-managed. They have their own company. Yeah, they're not backed by a big music company. It's really their own. They're the CEO of their own company. And then they make their own music. They write their own songs. So talagang the respect is there. So anyways, yung anak ko kailangan ng chaperone kasi siya minor. Sabi ko, sige, but I'll bring my book kasi magbabasa ako while nanonood ka.
Okay.
Tapos sabi ko, ang ganda ng boses naman ni Stel. Si Stel kasi 'di ba, talagang
Main vocalist.
main
I think,
vocalist. Yeah. So sabi ko, who is he? Sabi ko kay Shana. Tapos, he's part of ganyan ng SB19. And then, random lang. Kinlink ko lang siya sa YouTube. And then, meron silang show sa YouTube na show break. Yung discography niya. So, parang
nakilala mo na lang tuloy.
Napunta na ako sa rabbit hole at hindi na ako nakaalis. Kasi, there's so much things to discover. So, yung songs nila, kaya nga, like Chito Miranda said, he thought na pinapasa lang sa kanila yung mga songs nila. Hindi niya alam na ginawa talaga nila. Si Pablo. And even Felipe, si Ken, he also writes his own song. Even they have their own careers as soloists and then they also have SB19. So pag katapos ng world tour nila, may mga solo but it's as a business model, it's a very risky and kasi it's like when you do a concert, you have to get sponsorships, diba? Sila they do this all putting all their money. It's risky because diba? But kaya nga parang mas pinapahalagahan pa nila yon because it's their money that's on the line. So parang sabi ko nga, if there is a group na gusto kong istan, sila na kasi parang nagre-resonate din sa kanila yung all of the core principles na kailangan ng isang successful person.
Pero ano yung favorite song mo?
Kaya sinegue ko na lang kasi ang dami kong gustong songs nila.
Pero yung parang pwede siyang pakinggan ng isang law student na aspiring na maging lawyer. Parang di ba kasi yung mga songs nila parang motivational?
Motivational. Ako ko pagka gusto kong i-pump up yung sarili ko on my own little way before going to court, I listen to like yung mga Cream Zone, yung mga dance songs nila. I don't dance, but yung magbo-boost up lang sa'yo or kung magwo-workout ka. But my personal favorite is really Liham. It's a love song, but it could also be, hindi siya gender restricted for couple. It could also be a song for your daughter, for your son, or even for the for your loved ones. And Liham. It's whenever I hear that song, I don't get tired of it kasi parang it's a love song pero hindi siya masakit. Parang it takes you to a place na to a good place, no? It's a message, it's a good message to your loved ones. Pero hindi ko sinagot yung iniisip ko kasi kung ano yung parang mag-e-inspire sa siguro yung Ilaw. You also listen to that kasi
ang part sa Ilaw.
Ilaw is it's about parang defining your core and like knowing, like sticking to your own self even if the lights are blinding. So parang it's a deep song na magre-resonate din doon sa mga law students na sometimes down, so they don't have to worry kasi there's a light, no, that will come.
So kaya rin pala hindi sila yung typical na parang boy band na nabo-burnout, ganyan. Kasi it's their company, it's their money pala. Unlike kasi yung mga iba na may mga sponsors, yun man yung nakakapagod dun. You're doing it because of
Yeah.
deals and
Yeah.
contracts. Unlike them na parang invested din talaga sila.
They have artistic freedom. And as artists, it's a big deal, diba? Like, walang control. And yun nga yung parang it resonates to a lot of people who likes their freedom. Kasi, parang you're not restricted.
So parang ikaw. Kasi,
Oo.
syempre, di ba, actually, dun din ako curious, attorney, di ba, okay ka na sa private practice, bakit ka pa pumasok sa isang government after like 7 years of being in the private practice?
Oh, I think you're talking about MCB. Yun nga, parang I got sick at one point. In fact, si Papay could attest to this. I sent my application at 11:59 p.m. Bigla akong nagkasakit over the long weekend. Tapos parang sabi ko, parang I wanted to do something na parang fulfilling ba public service. Kasi parang sabi ko,
Parang na-mention mo din daw yun sa interview mo eh.
oo, yung parang, law firm is good, but ayoko naman na all my life I will do pleadings just for the sake of, what's the purpose of doing all these pleadings, diba? For your client to win, and usually like 80-70% of my clients is corporate. So it's really for, parang hindi siya fulfilling in a sense na parang mayroon kang ibabalik sa community mo. And then before my father died, talagang siya, parang may mga posts siya about yung siege, ganyan. So it was the last posts niya about siege. So sabi ko, parang it's fulfilling na maka-help. Oo, kasi okay na, stable naman na ako and my family is okay. Gusto ko lang may ibang gawin na to give back naman.
Short lang din naman yung period ng MCB.
Yeah, so sabi ko parang magandang tumulong. So yun yung reason ko kung bakit ako nag-go. And even my work with BARM, kasi I'm a consultant with the Bangsamoro Revenue Code. It's a tax code, but it's more comprehensive kasi may infusion of Islamic finance and other revenue sources. So parang I accepted it because of the purpose it entails na magkakaroon ng revenue code yung ating Bangsamoro.
Mashallah.
Yeah. Even yung work ko din dito sa MSU na transition committee. Yeah. So parang yun din kasi it's giving back to your alma mater. So parang gusto ko may work din ako na ganun ba na hindi lang revenue but also with may
parang
maambag ka din sa
community,
society.
sa community.
Oo.
Mashallah, I enjoyed the discussion. I mean like the sharing.
SB19.
Yeah, SB19 kasi Attorney Haro, naka-follow ko sa kanya and parang lahat na lang ng mga posts niya about SB19 na na-heart ko. Not just because I like, hindi ako fan ng mga singers or boy band. Pero na-enjoy lang ako sa mga sinishare ni Attorney kasi parang, alam mo yung you look up to her, lalo na sa community natin na Muslim lawyers, and we look up to her, then may ganito siyang side. Parang nakikita na ako sa kanya.
Yeah.
I-enjoy her posts.
It's also one of my ways of rewarding myself. Kasi I have been working for long years na and parang napapansin ng husband ko na hindi ako marunong mag-enjoy ba? Parang ganun. Parang ang sense of enjoyment ko is like going out with my kids or parang I never really did something for myself. So sabi ko, sige, I'm gonna heal my inner child. I'm gonna go, I even went to their concert
Nakita ko
in Philippine Arena.
May story ka nun na parang may concert sila, tapos nauna yung 18 Cagayan de Oro. Di ba? Parang may 18 na Cagayan de Oro. Tapos parang pinost mo sila, magfa-file muna ako ng pleading.
Yeah, kasi may deadline ako that time. Tapos, so the concert is on Saturday. Tapos yung flight ko is Friday. Tapos hinabol ko pa siya kasi nga may deadline ako na Friday. Tapos sabi ko, ya Allah, sana makahabol ako kasi I really wanted to go. Like,
Pero bakit hindi kasama si daughter?
Si Shana kasi, she has exams. So, and then yun na nga, because nung 'di ba, fan siya ng SB19. Tapos nung naging fan ako, parang sabi niya, parang mas sinobrahan mo pa ako. So parang she parang bumalik siya doon sa mga K-pop niya na.
Mag-isa ka dyan.
Kasi parang hindi na siguro cool, ganun ba yun. Tapos yung mga friends ko, like we have a group, yung 18CDO, mga 40 years old, 30, mga kaedad ko, na talagang it proves na yung genre ng SB na it resonates to everyone, not just to, I even have yung first concert ko last year, yung Thanksgiving nila sa Araneta. Free yung ticket ko doon because it was given to me by a doctor friend na
18 din.
yeah, surgeon siya sa St. Luke's. Hindi niya pinabayad sa akin. I was just parang nakiusap lang ako na pwede pakibilhan ako ng ticket kasi that time parang kailangan mo i-redeem yung ticket sa parang redemption center sa Manila.
Kasi mahirap daw bumili ng tickets ng SB19.
Sabi ko, bilhan mo ko kasi hindi ako makakahabol. Sa lang, community page. And then when I went there for the concert, sabi ko, huwag mo nang bayaran. Sabi ko, oh my God, talagang parang yung mga fans ng SB19, iba't ibang areas, may mga, nung doon ako ng concert, meron pang parang senior citizen.
Amazing.
Oo, nga, so, nung doon sa core group namin, parang yung anak ko yung youngest. Sabi niya, manonood ka na naman, tapos hindi na naman daw siya makaka-relate. So, nung second time, hindi na siya sumama. And we could go on and on about SB19. It's not gonna stop. And I know that...
It really shows na you're a big fan of them, diba?
Yeah. I am. And shamelessly, I am.
And I think, Attorney Hanan, sobrang na-enjoy natin itong usapan na to. Halos magdadalawang oras na tayo.
Yeah, tsaka parang, alam mo yung, nararamdaman mo talagang reader siya kasi mga terms niya talaga parang nakakalino.
I think very comprehensive na daanan natin naman na yung journey, alhamdulillah.
And parang na-humanize si Ma'am Noro. Kasi Ma'am Noro is really kind talaga. I mean, witness ako dyan. Napaka-generous niya. So, happy lang din ako na siguro yung sabi nga niya, parang hindi naman perfect lahat yung nasa Facebook. I mean, sa post na parang lahat parang may parang dito mayaman ka, ganyan. Pero,
Oo.
may pinagdadaanan din. So, parang na-humanize ka para sa mga katulad ko na we look up to you.
Nakaka-pressure nga kasi sabi ko, yun na nga sabi ko, I couldn't really grasp the idea of, parang may mga naglo-look up sa akin na nakaka-pressure din yun ha.
Huwag ka mag-alala, pressure din ng SB19 sa'yo.
Nakaka-pressure yun ha. Kasi kung makita niyo ako sa bahay, nag-aalaga lang naman ako ng mga pusa. Sabi ko nga, yun na nga, parang kaya nga nagti-teach din ako. Because I wanted to parang empower din the students. Kasi bugbog na sila sa law school, diba? Ang dami. But I would want to play the role of a teacher na who empowers them. Hindi, kaya nyo yan. Kasi gasgas na itong line ko na bakit matalino si A tapos ikaw hindi? May special ingredients ba yung utak niya na wala? 'Di ba? It really depends upon you. And sometimes ang kailangan lang ng student is momentum and or motivation. Because I've had a student na sa accountancy to, nag-top siya sa board exam.
Grabe, ang galing.
But in the first years of his student life,
He was struggling.
And then, nag-momentum siya nung graduating na siya. So, dun na nagtuloy-tuloy sa board exam. So, I wish that, for people listening to this, that they, wag nilang sukuan na, like, feeling nila, it's hard like, pag walang sumusuporta sa'yo, kasi, the support naman will come in pag naging successful ka na diba? But, pag nandun ka pa sa struggling phase, wala talaga. You really have to fight for it. So, as long as you're breathing, you put your foot forward, don't stop, darating din yung time na, tataas din yung slope mo for a success. Wag mo lang sukuan. And yun nga, love yourself. You have to make sure na your glass is full. Kaya nga sabi ko, ako ngayon, ngayon nga medyo naglalay-low na ako in a sense na I don't always say yes na. Yung parang I sometimes parang nagno-no ako on things na parang feeling ko hindi ko kaya or hindi mag-a-add doon sa ano ko because I value also myself na I also have to take care of myself. I also have to be present to my family. So yun yung pagka career-oriented, lagi kayong, 'di ba? Goal, but you forget yourself. And sometimes sa sobrang ka-goal-driven, darating kayo sa dulo, it's not gonna be worth it anymore. So yun, kaya ako, yun nga, sabi ng asawa ko, yung earnings mo i-enjoy mo. So I don't like shopping, I don't like yung mga so concerts, gano'n. Doon ko binubuhos.
Pwede mo rin kami pag-shopping.
Hindi na.
Ayun.
Oo.
And yeah, with that, thank you so much, Attorney, for spending time with us today and for sharing your law journey with us. Please, do you have anyone to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, definitely my daughter will be listening to this.
Oh my gosh. I'm a fan. Fan ako nung mga pag sinastory mo siya na sumasayaw and then nagigitar. Oh, mashallah. Very talented.
You know, kasi parang ang goal ko as a mom is to
hindi mo siya kinakahon.
Yeah.
Yun yung napansin ko, which opposite sa story mo, di ba? Yung sabi ko, tama.
I want her to reach her potential. And I also, I don't want to decide for her. As long as wala siyang ginagawang illegal or anything, I just want her to have fun and parang choose for herself. Kahit sa college or what path they are going to take, I'm gonna be there to support. So, ngayon, sila sa, syempre, bata, no? So, music and all. But, anyways, yun nga, hi to Shana, hi to Lily, hi to Dean, and to Luan, of course, to my husband, June, and my family, Aina, Asni, Jojo, their daughters and their sons. Ang dami kong pamangkin. And of course, my mom, who's also Facebook vlogger.
Na-meet ko siya kasi...
Yun, And of course, all of my students and everybody listening, especially the law students, no,
yes,
na makikinig nito. I hope na naging worthwhile yung pakikinig nyo.
I'm sure naging worthwhile yan.
Yes, and I'm rooting for you if you're taking the bar exam.
Which malapit na.
Malapit na. Do your best but also rest. No? So, I wish you all the luck. So, thank you.
And with that, thank you so much once again, Attorney. And that ends our episode for this Monday.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment.
Also, please don't forget to tag us on your stories and posts.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for daily updates.
Thanks for getting lost with us today.
We shall see you next Monday.
Bye!